you make it a ground rule and you kindly ask, but we always say, if at all possible. So the ground rule we have, we call it, let's face it. So it's just kind of a funny way to let people know you'd like them to be on camera. First, you clear it with the sponsor, whoever's, kind of getting you to run the training for them, and make sure they communicate that expectation out ahead of time so people aren't shocked by it. Like, what? You want me to be on camera? I didn't take a shower yet, or whatever. We don't want that to happen. And we have to remember that there are legitimate reasons for people not being on camera. I was doing a session when there was a gentleman from Costa Rica. Every time he came on video, he would get kicked out of Zoom. That he just didn't have the bandwidth to do both. And so you want to think about bandwidth issues. And if that's a challenge, then they might want to be off camera for that. One of the ways you can deal with bandwidth issues is have people dial in on their phone. So if they dial in on their phone and the audio is coming through that's less bandwidth that the audio is taking up. If you can't be on video, it does not mean that person can't participate. I want to make sure everybody's really clear on how to use those reaction buttons, right? So the hand raised when you have a question. When we come back from break, I always tell people, if you're not on video, put your hand raise up so I know you're back. All the different reaction tools that they can use. And you're using those round robins, those breakout groups, and engagement strategies like annotation. I love to use what I call named annotation. So if I have a question that I want everyone to answer, I put a PowerPoint slide up with a row that has a column that has everybody's name in alphabetical order, and then a space next to it for them to put their answer. What's great about that is if somebody isn't engaged, you see it because they're not typing an answer in. And that's when I say, Sam, don't forget you have to click off what you wrote for it to show up in the box there. Or did anybody have any trouble with annotation? Lou, I see you haven't been put anything on there yet. You having a challenge? It's a great way to kind of make sure. So you want to have these things like round robins, breakout groups, named annotation, things that force people to engage so they can't do anything else. So I think I've had lots of sessions where I've had people off video and we keep them just as engaged as anybody else.